So I'd like to look at the sum for geometric sequences. So sums, again, is when you're adding up a bunch of them together. And so you're looking for keywords like totals, altogether, in the end, how much altogether. For the formula, one thing you've got to remember is to put in brackets around that bottom bit. Otherwise it's going to be a problem for you. And this part about r not equal 1, well, the reason that's the case is because if you had r equal to 1, this would be your sequence. If a is equal to 2, then you'd have 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. It's not doing anything. It's not very exciting. And in addition, when you have 1 minus 1, it becomes 0 on the bottom, and it's kind of like the end of the world. You're not allowed to divide by 0. So if you've got r equals 1, go back and look. You've done something wrong. Other than that, the formula should be okay. So a is still your first term, r is still your common ratio. This is summing up to the first in term. So for instance, like they've done here, find the sum of the sequence, 25, 50, 100, 200, to 9 terms. So that means they want us to find S9. That's the thing they're looking for. That's the sum up to the first 9 terms. So, A, 25. You'll notice here that we're doubling. If you're not sure, you can always go 50 divided by 25 is equal to 2. Right, taking the second one and putting it on top of the first one. And 9 is going to be in, because that's what we're looking for, the first 9 terms. So plugging it in, make sure that you use brackets on the bottom. Again, I would just use the run menu here, because you're trying to solve for the thing that's all alone by itself on the other side of the equation anyways. You don't need to use solver. So you go 25 times bracket 1 minus 2 to the power of 9, again using that little hat button, bracket divided by bracket 1 minus 2 bracket. And you can see there you get quite a big number. Again, that makes sense because you're adding up 9 eventually really big numbers because they're doubling each time they get bigger. So again, use your little hat button if you need to. 2 to the power of 9 in the calculator gets you that, 2 to the power of 9. So for these, pretty straightforward. Find your a, find your r, and then think about what your n value is. So here, the first 5 terms, they want us to find when n is equal to 5, a is equal to 5, and here 5, 10, 20, 40. Again, if you're not sure, do your division. 10 divided by 5 is equal to 2. You're doubling. So the sum to the first 5 terms that we're looking for is just going to be 5, using the formula, wherever it is. 5 times 1 minus r, in this case is 2, to the power of 5, because that's n, all over bracket 1 minus 2. And you'll get your answer. So 5 times bracket 1 minus 2 to the power of 5 divided by 1 minus 2. 155. Okay. So with each of these, again, find your a, find your r, find your n. Watch out for decimals. Make sure that you keep a few there if you need them. You can think about using fractions as well. And negatives, be aware of that if you do find one. Again, here you've got the alternating positive, negative, positive, negative. That means that your r value is negative. In example 4, because they're all negative numbers, that actually means your a is negative, but your r will be positive, because it's not alternating between positive and negative. So just be careful with that. If you're alternating positive to negative, again here, positive, negative, r will be negative. Here, r will be negative. And if you just have all negative numbers, that means a will be negative, and your r will be positive. But that should come up for you if you do things the same. Here, r, put the first one on top of the second one. So negative 18 divided by negative 3 gets you a positive 6. And your a is equal to negative 3. And then away you would go.